they are surprised to see that you're human. So it's one of those, like, you kind of landed down, you had your helmets on, and you look around and you see
Imagine we wouldn't look human to them, would we?
this is not an immediate danger. You can open your helmets up and they'd be like, oh, they're humans. Okay. They wouldn't have gotten that, because even though the Alliance has, at this point in time, only 7 years after the First Contact War, has only had barely any form of alien introduction into their culture, their way of life, their fashion, their military, is barely started to scratch the surface of human culture and whatnot. The simple fact is, human technology has progressed along an alien structure, like the Prothean structure. And so as we've understood their technologies better, we've changed the way that we've done things our own way according to that. So just the very nature of everything you do, the weapons you carry, all of that seems alien. Your armor, the formation of it, the functionality of it, all very alien to them. So you finally open up your helmets, like, oh, okay, they're humans. But people then come to realize, as you get closer, they're Alliance. Holy shit. And so the reactions that you get from people is very mixed bag. Excuse me. It's very mixed bag. So a lot of them are just like spit on the ground as you walk by, or you can hear them audibly complaining that you're the reason why things are the way they are. Others are literally coming up to you and being like, can you take me with you? Please, take me with you when you leave, sir, please. And like, because they understand that they live in this war-torn shithole and they don't want to be here anymore. And maybe the Alliance will, my son, you can have my son. He'll be a good soldier. And trying to like hand off these kids to you, again, much like a third world country looking at, like, you could theoretically be their saviors for the next generation, for their kids to get out of here. Because while you guys understand that a cataclysm is coming sometime, and so people should get the fuck off of this planet to avoid it, not everybody that's here has the means of getting off the planet. And it's one of those, like, oh yeah, when that thing hits, there's gonna be people that are here that don't want to be here. They're just here, and they all gonna die for whenever that happens. So you come to that sad realization. And so because of this mixed bag, and you guys are walking along, you will start asking questions and trying to find the contact. But before you're successful, one of the things that you do come across is you're walking, when you hear kind of like a two of you hear that noise, but Carmine feels like a tink in the back of his in the back of his helmet, and he turns and he sees somebody, probably in the late teens, early 20s, just threw a rock at the back of his head and tinged off of his helmet.
I immediately tried to find out who threw that.
The person is not very good at hiding what they've just done, so it's pretty obvious.
Okay.
Ah. Space street rats.
I try
Reminds me
to
of home.
constrain myself for now. Like, I don't want to go full ballistic on this kid immediately. That would probably make this a little bit harder.
Yeah, probably.
But it would stare him a glance that would, if looks could kill, that would be one. He'd feel that one for a long time.
I'll second that.
What? You think I'm afraid of you? Just because you got a fancy gun and some armor? I ain't afraid of you. What are you doing here, huh? You ain't here to solve the war, are ya? Huh?
I don't need a gun to turn people like you into fleshy piles that are barely recognizable from what they are right now.
Oh, look at that. Big Alliance military man picking on someone without a gun. Oh, look at you. He's such a big man.
No, we shouldn't be threatening him. Clearly, this child needs to go through 10 to 20 years of indoctrination into the military.
Yeah, no, we don't need your shit, okay? If you ain't here to solve problems, you should just get off the planet, alright? You know we ain't the problems here. Maybe you should go start your occupation over with the fucking crazy people off to the east.
Okay,
Do you do any more with this bantering person, or do you just kind of like...
No, I was just like...
and move on?
I almost start feeling sad for him. He's a mess. He's not worth my time.
Exactly.
And so
I just shake my head and walk off.
And so you guys are able to continue on looking for your contact or whatever it is that you can. So eventually you are able to find out from asking questions, but the right questions in the right places. Not just like completely
I'm
open
connected.
general questions. Yep. The right questions in the right places. Eventually you're able to come to realize somebody says a name. And that name just like rings a bell. And you're like, how do I know that name? And very quickly, Lena's like, wait a second, because she seems the most knowledgeable one out of you guys. She quickly checks inside like the intranet, which is the specific internet that you guys have on the Stalingrad, the database you have on the Stalingrad, as well as the extranet, which is outwards. So she quickly checks on the intranet, so the database of the Stalingrad, and pulls up the file and sends it over to you to look at, and you see that the person that they're referring to was an old Alliance military officer who was stationed here on 8, and when the split off happens, they chose to stay behind as a member of the new 8 government.
Right.
However, they were older, and enough decades have passed. It's very likely that person's dead. So you're going to be dealing with either a child or a grandchild of that person. So
Or a cyborg.
Or a cyborg. So the name that you go ahead.
I'm just gonna basically say my opinion is if we are dealing with maybe a child of said person that we know about, they might be quite bitter towards us, just like everybody else is.
Really?
Yeah, we might need to charm the person instead.
Well, yeah. If we need to trade, you know how valuable one tiny, like half a measure of Medigel would be to people on this planet? I'm just saying.
Not a bad thought.
We have more on the ship.
So what you're eventually going to do is you're going to meet up with the family name is Trustite, and you're eventually going to meet up with a Christina Trustite, and she is in fact the granddaughter. So she's in her her early 20s, the granddaughter of Christopher Trustite, who was the officer that the name this rung a bell. Trustite rung a bell was the officer that I was referring to. So you're able to make a meeting with Christina. And she, like, so kind of like you're going around asking questions like, oh, speak with her. And so you're able to go and meet with her, and she kind of hears of you coming before you come because you guys have very loud boots. Let's just say that.
No, I mean deliberately, so.
When you meet with her, it's going to be at a different drinking hole. And so when you go in, the place is a few people inside there drinking. And she's kind of like down there waiting for you guys to arrive. And it's very obvious that as you arrive, that they're waiting for you. And it's pretty obvious because it's a drinking hole. People are down there drinking, but it's but the number of people around you that happen to have either old issue Alliance military sidearms or like hunks of modern day metals with like spikes coming out of it and stuff like that, like hodgepodge together weapons, things like that amongst all of them. It's like, oh wow, this place is looking like a gang ready to burst, right? Ready to attack. And you are outnumbered 7-1 down here. So, but when you come walking in and you look down, and she's very obviously like having a conversation with people, but they get quiet as you guys are walking in. Who's the first person to walk downstairs into the hole?
Me.
Okay, so you go walking down, boots down first, and you see everybody gets quiet as your boots make their way down, and you look about and you see everybody there, and their full attention turns to you. And so as that happens, and the second person starts making their way down, Christina will stand up. Christina stands at about 5'1". She has blonde hair, dark eyes, rather ruddy clothing. You can tell that she's seen some stuff, not because she looks like all sour or anything. It's just she doesn't seem to care about the fact that everything around her is shitty. The look on her face, though, it's not like it's soured or angry or anything. It seems genuinely curious, like looking at you with curiosity. This again, as the second person comes down, she starts to take action, and you see this. As the third person's coming down, which I imagine is Carmine pulling up the rear.
Yep.
You've got to defend me. The most dangerous place is the front and the back, so I'm in the middle.
Of course, Ollie sandwich.
Yeah.
It's a jamfish sandwich. No. So you you make your way to the as the third person's making their way down, their boots are able to be seen. She starts to walk forward and says, All right, there. Which one of you is Rockwell?
That would be me. This is Ward and this is Carmine.
I give her
I
a
nod
slight smile.
politely.
Yeah, be very polite.
I hear you were
And-
asking about my grandfather.
Yes, in fact, we were asking about anyone that might be able to help us, and in turn help this place, more or less.
Name's Christina, and you are looking to the other two.
Lena. Pleasure.
James.
Lena, James. So, what do you need from me? How can I help you?
To make
understands
a long story
this.
incredibly short,
Understands
Alien-
this there, Rockwell. These people here aren't fans of your people, okay? My
Doesn't change a thing.
grandfather taught me of the nobility of the Alliance military, and the mistakes that were made may have started on one side and not the other, but the mistakes were made on both sides, okay? So I'm here, and I'm willing to listen to you. I'm willing to bend an ear your way, but we are not fans of how things ended.
let me put it this way then. We are all humans standing in this room. On this planet is a terrorist cell that belongs to an alien group. They are hiding here, and they need to be destroyed. They most likely are coming to places like this to get whatever supplies they need to continue hiding and prepare to attack. I mean, potentially they could steal resources from your whole cities. They are nearby, and we need to know where they are, which is why we've come here for aid.
The two of you, all of you can roll me a talk wisdom check. Rookie and DJ Yarp there. Could you guys roll me with a +1 because you're not an active part of conversation? You're just solely scanning.
I get a plus for once.
Oh, so this is like talk wisdom, like
Talk wisdom.
we're just like checking things. Okay, cool.
Oh, well, I didn't add the +1 there. It's only a 5.
It's green, but it's still kind of crap.
Okay, so Ward and Rockwell, not Carmine, are able to see that when you started talking about the alien cell of terrorists, everybody's mood completely shifted and changed and seems like taken aback and awkward. Everybody noticed that. Okay, so you two noticed that everybody's mood changed, but more poignantly, Rockwell, you saw, because you got the smidge higher, while everybody was like taken aback by hearing that one person in particular, actually the bartender, was less shocked. Taken aback, sure, but less shocked by what you're saying.
Less aliens are more like, oh, they're coming for the aliens. Okay. Okay. Sure. Do they say anything?
So my apologies. So after all that little bit that you say, she goes, "You think that there's, you think that there's aliens here, on Tom?"
Yes. If not in Tom, around Tom, or going to Tom. But our best estimates believe they at least interact with Tom.
Do you know what these aliens want?
That is a very valid question we are not looking for.
You see, it was
We are
kind of
here-
difficult to ask them when they just wanted to shoot us.
They're
I don't
not
know
willing
how
to
things
discuss.
exactly ended here between you and the Alliance. I can't change that, but we can try and help things not getting worse. And if people want to hurt you, we're here to stop it. Because it's not just you guys they're after.
I don't know shit about aliens, okay? I've literally never seen one. I've heard rumors from people that come in bringing supplies or taking supplies from what we mine here. I've never seen one. But what I can tell you is something strange has been happening. You've walked throughout the town. You've flown over, I imagine, a portion of it. You landed here. You've seen the scorched ground. You've seen the results of the past couple decades of infighting and warfare since... Well, anyways, so... People die. That's an everyday part of life. If today a friend of yours doesn't die, damn well tomorrow someone will. We accept that. We don't like it. We accept it. It's life. But people are disappearing. I don't mean turning up down the river. I mean gone. I know this sounds hokey, but it's like alien abductions are happening.
Do they have anything in common? The people that have been disappearing?
We've asked around, we've tried to find out from those that we deal with, and we know that they're disappearing from the rim colonies here on this rim, on the East Rim. You know, that touches the, the fucking psychos to the east. We know that it happens on these colonies. As far as we've understood, it's not happened on the west. Barely to the north and south. So it's this rim, it's this town, and it's the others along this side to the north and south of the East Rim of Tom that it's happening. And we were thinking that maybe it's something to do with, them, the Great Before, and that they were taking people. But you say aliens? I don't know.
Possibly.
The aliens
Yeah.
we're hunting are known to be a culture of slavers. If they wanted to take you, they would,
They could.
and you wouldn't know.
It would make the most sense, yeah. I don't think Sebastian Industries would do something like this.
No, Sebastian Industries. We're all from Sebastian Industries, which is why we all hate the Alliance. So,
Why are you here if you're from Sebastian Industries?
I imagine you didn't grow up on a war-torn planet there, sweetheart. Your country is not decided by you. It's decided by those that draw the lines in the land.
Well, if you can give us the information you have gathered on the disappearances, we're going to do our level best to make sure that stops as soon as possible.
I can tell you that if you head a little north of here and very south of here, all along the eastern border between what is, depending on which part of the border, so if you stay on the border of the now land with the updated maps of Tom, then you'll hear of people disappearing, but those reports are only new. If you travel further to the east, to the region that was Tom, but is now the Great Before, you will also hear reports of people disappearing then. And if you travel even further east than that, I'm sure you'll hear reports there as well. But I can promise you, the further west you travel, the less reports you'll get.
East it is then.
Yeah, I'd be getting up like a hollow map of the planet and just be like, roughly,
She's like looking at this fucking hologram pop out of your armband, and she's like, "Whoa, what is that?"
Standard technology. Your planet needs to catch up. Maybe it will in the future.
I mean, when you say like that kind of cockiness, you like lose.
It's not
your-
necessarily
I can
cocky.
see-
There is
yeah.
a little measure of sadness to it, but it
Yeah.
is, yeah.
But
Carmine
she,
would probably kick in at this point and be like, perhaps once we can get some diplomatic talks started, we could help you. So we could all be great.
I don't think
together.
you understand. I don't think you understand what happened here. At the tail end of everything that happens, the Alliance had their stake put in. This nation, the one that I'm now a part of, this city-state, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, this was the one that they put their stake in. It's where they poured all their resources. It's who they assumed was going to be ruling the planet under their direction. Well, when things fell to shit and the Alliance was kicked out, guess who had all the weapons? Guess who had all the training? Guess who had all the vehicles? Guess who's running all the wars Guess who destroyed most of the other countries around? Yeah, the same guys that you decided to come in and make a deal with. Good job. Glad to see that, the past kind of doesn't change too much to the present. Things are kind of constant.
We're not making a deal with anyone. We're here to kill terrorists. And we're all human at the end of the day. And maybe one day, maybe when the Alliance changes its path, or the Alliance is no longer in charge, maybe there will finally be something that can be done about Planet 8. And hopefully, on that day, we'll be back here and helping. But for now, we have to kill some aliens.
And with that, we are going to end this week's session of Mass Effect 2164 on a war-torn planet of 8. So I'm super excited. It was so fun to finally be able to play Mass Effect again and to see where things are going. And Ollie got a promotion, even if he doesn't get to experience it yet. So
Yeah, well, we got silver stars.
It's kind of like a side motion, really, because I'm kind of going down in rank, but in like a different place. Weirdly.
No, because think about it. If you're an E9, you know what I mean? If you're an E9, the highest possible, then you lick the boots of an O1. I mean, that's not like in practice. An O1 would never throw their weight around in front of an E9. But by all measure, you have rank as an officer over an enlistment. No question. So, again, you would be a dumb fucker to try to pull rank on an E9. but either way, so that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out. Thank you to LOL64, is that what it is? I'm not seeing it right now. LOL46 for pointing out that adjustment for you to make over on the Patreon. I'll definitely do so. And everything else. I'll be seeing you guys in about an hour when we head over to Ollie's show. Ollie, tell us, who are you? Why are you here? Why am I seeing people in an hour?
I'm Ollie Rant. Also Ollie in some places. In an hour, more or less, we're going live, me and Scott, with my D&D show, which is on my Twitch channel, which is real fun. Traditional, well, it's D&D 5e in my own setting, kind of a political intrigue type thing. They're going, well, I have no idea what these guys are going to do, but there might be them sneaking into a mine. Who knows? Who knows what they're going to do, honestly. And Scott plays an undead dwarf, so that might be a good incentive to play it, because it's hilarious. I also do art streams on Tuesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. BST, and afterwards I usually play a little something. And on Sunday, I'm playing Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which is actually amazing. You can laugh. The game's actually great. And
it does seem like a fun game, yeah.
It's legit fun. So that's me. That's everywhere you can find me.
Okay,
or you
awesome.
can do with me.
After Ollie, I would love to move diagonally down to Carmine, but I know I can't. So I'm going to move straight down to Rookie, who has an announcement to make this week. Please, go ahead.
Okay, awesome. So, as you can see, this side, it's been fixed. It's Rookie 1E, 2Es on the Wookiees. That's how you can find me on Twitter, and very soon you'll be able to find me on YouTube. My first video is coming out very soon. There's been some technical difficulties, so I'm hoping to get it done tonight, if not tomorrow. And please tune in. I hope it's going to be good. I'm starting off with The Walking Dead Telltale, which is something I've not actually got any spoilers for, so it's going to be fresh for me. Apart from the first episode.
Ooh. Everybody quick, spoilers in chat, spoilers in chat. Just kidding.
So yeah, I will I'll tweet that out, so keep an eye out on Twitter.
Definitely, awesome. And DigiDerp, who are you, sir?
Hi, I'm Derp Digital. I am on YouTube. I upload 2 videos a day, currently playing through Motorsport Manager and playing XCOM War of the Chosen as well. It's pretty fun so far. It's on the YouTube it's going alright, no real deaths yet. We've got some close moments, but it's fine. I also stream twice a week now. I've recently started that back up. I started streaming XCOM as well yesterday, and well, highest difficulty.
It looks brutal.
Not kidding.
It looked very brutal. Like, what was it? You walked into your first fight and first alien turn, someone died. It was It was not.
Yeah,
very
we had an Overwatch, and like we sat on a roof, you know, so we could hit them better. 85% chance shots missed. My whole squad died that mission, so I had to restart immediately.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, that's.
It was
hilarious.
brutal. But eventually we managed to get through, so we're now playing the hardest difficulty on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. BST. So, you know, if that's your jam, you should come watch the salt. There will be lots of it.
It's not my jam, but it's definitely my jelly. What? Oh,
What?
bad joke.
Americans.
Bad joke. So, anyways, all right, thank you, Rick. And then I am Delric. So you can find me Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over at Lost Initiative Show. You can find me here on Wednesdays, 9 a.m. For Mass Effect. You can find me here on Friday nights at 9:30 p.m. For my Eberron game. You can find me over on Ollie's channel an hour after this one ends, which is an hour from now, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For Yavik Sphere, you can find the links for Lost Initiative and Ollie down below, as well as the button for the Discord. If you're not a part of it, please feel free to join, and all of the other wonderful things. Definitely bother me on Twitter, because I tweet. All right, is that it? Is that everything? Are we good? Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome.
All right,
Thanks for watching.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.